Hello and welcome back. This is Damian. We're on my Let's Play. Um, and I think this has pretty much become the Let's Play of free spawners and stuff. I don't know. But, excuse me, I've kind of embraced it for the moment while I'm trying to get to understand data packs and all that stuff. And um, so one of my main issues this season has been storage. And since I can make eggs so easily and I can silk touch spawners, I decided to go ahead and take care of my storage issues. So before I get into, what I did and everything, I'll just show you what I have now. I AFK'd for about 4 hours and I got 14 stacks of shulker shells from the farm. I'm going to show you this farm in a minute because I've streamlined it. You can actually see the farm on the multiplayer server on Average Joe. You can see the farm there. This one, though, I've streamlined because the one on Average Joe has a bunch of glass around it. It's huge. It's bulky. It took me hours to build it. This one took about an hour to build, and I'll go ahead and show it to you. But this takes care of my storage problem because that's all the shulker boxes I'm probably ever going to need. But let's go straight out here. This one does not have a bunch of glass, so I didn't have to use a ton of buttons or anything. And I've streamlined it to where the only spawnable blocks are on the inside of these cactuses here. So the spawner is up there, and the shulkers will spawn on these blocks. And when they open, they'll take damage from the cactus, and then they'll fall into the hoppers. And yeah, I know it's a lot of hoppers, but I don't have problems with hoppers on this server right now. On this Let's Play, it doesn't really give me that big of an issue. And if all else fails, I can tear the farm down because I don't need it anymore. One AFK session got me all the storage I'm probably ever going to need on this season. But, like I said, storage has been a big problem for me. And, yeah, I know, I can go to the end and I can go farm shulkers in the end and all that good stuff. But since we're doing data packs and since I can get spawners and stuff, I wanted to see how powerful that actually can be. Now, granted, on Average Joe, you have to kill 1,000 shulkers to get the egg. So I'm getting a better appreciation for that rather than being able to craft the egg. Because with being able to craft it, I've never been to the end, but I could craft an egg. So I'm not, that's I'm of the mind that is way, way too easy. Now, if you had to kill 1,000 shulkers, that's really hard. There's nothing easy at all about that because you have to get to the end first. You have to kill the dragon. You have to get to the end, kill the dragon, and then you have to find all the end cities and build up the kills till you get 1,000 of them, and then you can build one of these. And I guarantee you, by the time you kill 1,000 shulkers, you don't need shulker boxes. You've got so many you won't even know what to do with them. Now, I am of the idea that the data pack that allows for every shulker to drop 2 shells is very useful. Because if you kill 1,000 shulkers, that would give you 1,000 shulker boxes. And I mean, seriously, that's going to be enough shulker boxes to last anybody. But I just wanted to show you the farm. And again, I know this season may get a little out of hand with the farms and stuff, but I am experimenting with it and I am seeing what I like and what I don't like. Because this was put to a vote on the Average Joe server as far as who likes to have the silk touch spawn. Where you can just silk touch it and get the spawner and take it with you. And everybody on the server voted yes. So this is probably going to be in Season 3. As a matter of fact, I can almost guarantee it's going to be in Season 3 because I make the decision. And with everybody saying that they like it, we'll probably give it a go from the very start of the season and see how well we can do with that. I'm still looking at, is 1,000 kills feasible? Is 500 kills feasible? 750 maybe not quite 1,000, because some things you're just going to have a really hard time killing 1,000 of them. And if you're going to have a Silk Touch spawner from the very beginning of the game, you don't want to make it too easy, but you don't want to make it too hard either. Because a lot of people, if it's too hard, they'll just build farms the old-fashioned way, and that's that. They won't even care about trying this. So I have to judge in my head, okay, what is feasible for this to be awarded to someone to keep them interested in actually using this that we have put in the game, for trial and error, and to see and try to walk that fine line between this is overpowered and this is good, So I'm definitely going to give that some more thought. I do know having just a recipe that just requires basic items in the game to make something like this is overpowered. So there will be no recipes for eggs in the game. I will guarantee you that. But I mean, as far as that goes, I really haven't gone too crazy. I've got the Shulker farm here. That's a wither skeleton farm. That is a gold farm. There's nothing but zombie pigmen there, and that's my grinder. That drops zombie skeletons and creepers. So, I mean, that pretty much supplies me with a lot of stuff that I'm going to need. But it in no way breaks the game and makes it where, I don't ever have to go out and do anything. I've got it all here. So, that's the one thing I was worried about, were these silk spawners breaking the game. And even though I have all these farms, I still have to do everything in the game. So it hasn't broken anything for me. I just have more storage now, and I have gunpowder and, zombie flesh to trade, and I can get some gold up, but not a lot. So, my inventory is not full of notch apples because I can't make all that gold. I make about, let's see, I AFK for about 3 hours at a time at the gold farm, and I get about 12 gold blocks. That's enough for one notch apple. One. That in no way breaks the game. Now, one thing I was looking at last night with the wither skeleton farm, let me show you this. Let's get down here and I'll show you this. Now, this is me building the farm and testing it for about 10 hours. I've gotten this many bone blocks, which is plenty. I've been getting coal blocks, converting them from coal into blocks. But I've also got 25 wither skeleton skulls. That's in about 10 hours. Now, on the Hermitcraft server, they have a wither skeleton farm there. And I watched them go in there for about 2 hours and walk out with a stack. So, this is nowhere near, being overpowered. Not to mention, when you come in here, you have to climb up on this platform right here and AFK, and they'll drop down from the spawners. They'll drop down in here, and then you come down and you kill them, and you get the loot, and you can flip up this trapdoor here, and all the XP comes straight to you. I can get 30 levels in about 25 minutes. So, excuse me. So this is not overpowered. Yeah, I've got a lot of bones in there and, 25 wither skeleton skulls, but it's not overpowered. Namely because, it takes 3 skulls to summon a wither, and then you got to fight that wither, and withers are strong, and you got to be prepared for that, and I'm not going to fight 10 withers, in a row. I'm not going to do that. That's just silly. And then all these farms, except for that one, all these farms are AFK farms. That I built this one to give me some XP, but it's a very slow XP farm, so it's not the best. So whenever I get to the end, I'm gonna build the Enderman farm, just like I have on the Average Joe server, and that'll be my XP farm then. But and no, I'm not using spawners on that. That's ridiculous to try to do that. Not to mention, Kite also pointed out when you use a spawner, you're limited in how many drop, how many mobs will come from that spawner, because I think it's 2 to 4 will drop at a time, and it's every few seconds, or every 10 seconds or something like that. I don't know all the math and the numbers behind it, but I can tell you the Enderman farm, if it was on a spawner, would not be nearly as powerful as it is. The Enderman farm on the average Joe server is overpowered. You can get 50 levels in 3 minutes at that Enderman farm. And it's a totally legit hand-built farm in the end. Kite came up with the design, and I built it. He built one last season, and I built this one this season. And it was a learning experience for me to build it. There's no redstone in it, except for now there is some redstone with the Ender Pearl disposal units that I put in there. But that thing's overpowered. I mean, anybody can go in there and kill. Like, I've got over 40,000 kills, I think. Maybe 30,000 kills. I can't remember right off. But, I mean, I've killed thousands of Endermen in that farm and gotten many, many, many levels. So, and that farm has no spawner in it. It has an Endermite, and the Endermen continuously spawn and try to kill it, and they fall in the thing, and I kill them. So, there's a lot of things that I have been thinking about on that. So, with all that being said, I think pretty much I can see that having Silk Touch for your spawners is not going to be a bad thing. I'm probably going to enjoy it. I do want to get a good common ground to get the eggs, because I'm thinking 1,000 kills. Like right now, I have 710 kills. I have 710 kills. Most of them came from that farm right there. I killed about 180 to 200 mobs, and the rest of them came from that farm right there. So if it was 200 mobs, I killed 510 right here in this farm. Now, requiring 1,000 kills for each mob and then being able to get an egg may be a little too much. I may knock that down to 750, and then give my blessing to go ahead and go with it. So, anyway, that's pretty much what I'm going to say about Datapacks and Silk Touch spawners and eggs and stuff like that. What I want to do now, I've been trying to farm up some of the gold, and you can see I've gotten tracks down, but I'm still nowhere close to being there. I've gotten to the curve up here, and I ran out of materials again for the third time. I ran out of tracks right here. Right here's where I ran out of track. And I went ahead on this way with the redstone blocks, and I ran out of redstone blocks here. So I'm going to have to go mining again. But you can see the end right there. I'm getting closer. I'm getting closer. But I need a ton more tracks, powered rail. I need a ton more rails, powered rails, and redstone blocks. And then once I get there, then I can start bringing in villagers. And it got so bad for me because I had to make about 6 trips trading by boat, filling my inventory up and my ender chest up. It took about 6 trips to trade all my stuff and to get stuff that I need, because I was trading the clerics for redstone, because I've gone mining 3 times. I've gone on 3 separate mining, and I'm just not finding the stuff under this island. I'm not finding a lot of it. Now, granted, that could be because I'm going the wrong way, or I'm 2 blocks over to the left from where I need to be, and that's where everything is, so there's a lot of different circumstances that could be the reasoning for me not being able to find what I need to, to make the rails and stuff like that. But I'm going to keep mining. I'm going to keep farming the gold up. And, but I was just saying, it got so bad, I needed the villagers over in my area that I almost went and got a couple by boat. and just boated them in, you know. But I'm toughing it out, man. I'm gonna get those rails built, and I'm gonna get those villagers over here. Now, I have been told I can do it by boat. The only problem is, by boat right now. This is where they're going, and even though I've cleared out a bunch, I'd still have to climb this right here, and you can't really climb in boats with villagers. I don't think it's kind of tough. Or I could come all the way around here and build a piston dock like my friend has on the Average Joe server, and get the boat, and the piston will push the boat up on here, and then I could just go this way, but I would still have to climb. So even though a boat would be faster, I could go get the villagers right now on a boat, and it would be faster to get them over here. I still couldn't do much with them. So this was my idea, and I love rails and powered rails and mine carts and all that. So that's probably I'm just gonna sweat it out and get all the stuff and get them over here. But I've harvested melons and pumpkins, and I've gotten rotten flesh in there. I've gotten all this stuff to trade, and trading's been pretty good. I've gotten a lot of mending books because there's a mending librarian over there. He takes 32 emeralds and a book for a mending book, which is expensive. I have one on the Average Joe server that I get 12 emeralds and one book. I'll get a mending book, but I need mending books, so I've done all the trades and stuff, and I'm down to 46 blocks. But I mean, I traded carrots and wheat, melons. No pumpkins yet. Actually, I have not traded pumpkins yet. And I mean, I've gotten mending on my sword, both of them. I got mending on both of my pickaxes, my shovel, my axe, and then my bow's infinity. It can't have mending. And then my gear that I'm not wearing yet does not have mending on it. I've got Unbreaking 3, Unbreaking 3, Unbreaking 3, and Prot 4 here. I need 2 more Prot 4s. I need an Unbreaking 3. Then I need Feather Falling and Depth Strider. And then I need Thorns 2 on everything. Once I get these all enchanted up, then I'm going to go to the end. I've got the Eyes of Ender I need for the portal. And I'll be good to go. So, I mean, that's the plan. I'm going to get the villagers. I'm going to start trading them up. I'm going to get all the enchants I need on my gear, grab those Eyes of Ender, go to the stronghold, go to the end, kill the dragon, and then I can go farm shulker shells. Oh, wait. I don't need to go farm shulker shells, but I do need to go get elytra. So, that's what's on the plans for now, is to get elytra. And yeah, that's going to be pretty much about it for this one. It's going to be like a medium-sized one. It's just I wanted to actually go over what I actually think. Actually, twice in one sentence is really off, but I wanted to go over what I think about the Datapacks, about the silk touch spawners and the eggs. I haven't checked this all day either. Let's see. Yep, it's full again. But I mean, I don't really see this as being too overpowered either. Yeah, you get, a bunch of rods that have unbreaking and stuff, and sweeping edge 3 on a book, and power 4 and unbreaking. And you can combine all those together and get one decent bow. So yeah, this is okay too. But I mean, I don't see it being overpowered. Now, if you take 20 of these and you stick 20 of them all around, that would be overpowered. I'll tell you that right now. But if just having 1 or 2, maybe 4 of them just out and about in different waterways of yours, if you had like 4 of them, I don't see it as being that bad. I don't see it as being as bad as AFK fishing for 8 hours and getting 5 chests full of stuff. But yeah. So I'm going to continue doing what I've been doing, and this is just my daily upload for you and some stuff that was on my mind. And yeah, that's going to be about it. And then once I get villagers over here, this is something else. I'm going to start on my actual house. It's going to be somewhere up there, more than likely over the ocean. Um, but yeah, it's not going to be the Death Star, guys. Not going to be the Death Star. That's for season 3, Average Joe. Um, but yeah, I didn't say that either. But yeah. So let me know your thoughts. Tell me what you think of Datapacks. Um, tell me what you think of Silk Touch spawners. And yeah, that's gonna do it for me, guys. I'm gonna catch you on the next one. This has been Damian. Goodbye.